Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Arsenal suffer third major blow ahead of Tottenham clash, with Star out until October. Arsenal have suffered another blow this week as test results have revealed that new signing Mikel Merino will miss the next 2 months of action with a shoulder injury. The Euro 2024 winner completed his move to the Premier League club last week as part of a £31.6 million deal with Real Sociedad and was expected to make his Gunners debut after the international break against Tottenham. However, in preparation for Arsenal's match with Brighton at the weekend, the 28-year-old suffered a shoulder injury during his first training session, with Mikel Arteta confirming that it was caused when Gabriel Magalhaes landed on the Spanish international after the pair collided together. According to the Daily Mail, Merino is now set to miss close to 2 months with his shoulder issue, with the midfielder not expected back until the middle of October at the earliest. This is a major blow for Arteta, and it's the third suffered by the Gunners over the past week, ahead of a crucial North London derby on Sunday, September 15. The news of Merino's injury is the third major blow for Arsenal ahead of their clash with Tottenham, following the Gunners dropping points against Brighton on Saturday and Declan Rice receiving a controversial red card during that game, which means the England star will miss the North London derby. Merino would have slotted in for the former West Ham man for the game with Spurs, but with both unavailable, Arteta will have to think outside the box a little. Although it's very early in the season, Arsenal cannot afford to drop more points against Tottenham, with Man City starting their campaign in impressive fashion. This makes the North London derby even bigger as both clubs need all 3 points. Fabrizio Romano provides inside details of Arsenal rejecting Leandro Trossard transfer bid. Transfer news expert Fabrizio Romano has spoken exclusively to CaughtOffside for the daily briefing about today's big news of a Saudi Pro League club Al Ittihad bid for Leandro Trossard. The Belgium international has been a key player for the Gunners, and it now seems clear that the club have no intention of letting him go, with a €35 million offer turned down by the North London Giants. Trossard was one of Arsenal's most informed attacking players towards the end of last season, but it's also true that he hasn't always been an automatic starter for Mikel Arteta's side, so perhaps Al Ittihad felt it was worth trying their luck with a bid. Romano, however, has made it clear that Trossard remains an important part of the Arsenal project, and there is now no chance of him making the move to Saudi Arabia. Romano said the following: Arsenal received an official bid from Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia for Belgian winger Leandro Trossard ahead of the transfer deadline in Saudi. The offer was worth €35 million, and Arsenal had 2 hours to discuss this internally. They knew in recent days that the bid was coming for Trossard, but their decision is very clear. They have no intention to sell Trossard. He is not for sale, as he is a really important player for Mikel Arteta, and he is also a super professional who is really appreciated and popular in the dressing room. So Arsenal decided against selling Trossard. The decision has been made. Trossard stays at Arsenal, and there is no chance of the move to Al Ittihad. Al Ittihad have now submitted an official bid to sign Galeno from Porto as an alternative to Trossard. A proposal worth €45 million fixed fee plus €5 million add-ons has been made, and talks are advancing. Arsenal fans will be relieved that Trossard isn't leaving, as they would surely have been left too short up front, with no chance of replacing him until January. Arsenal to use international break as perfect time to hold crunch contract talks with key figure. Arsenal are reportedly set to use the upcoming international break as the right time to make significant progress in renewing Mikel Arteta's contract. The Spaniard has less than 1 year left on his deal, and while there is nothing to suggest the 42-year-old wants to quit the Emirates, fans will be itching to see him extend his stay, and according to a recent report from HITC, there could be good news on the horizon for fans, with Arsenal preparing to hold further talks over renewing their manager's deal during the current break. Premier League action has been halted for the first time this season, with European national teams preparing to play Nations League fixtures, including England, who will play Ireland and Finland on the 7th and 10th of September. And for Arteta and Arsenal, the 2 week break could see both parties make good progress in their plans to continue with one another. Since taking charge at the end of 2019, Arteta, who is represented by leading agency Wasserman, has averaged 1.97 points per game across all competitions. Arsenal want a new signing ready to feature in North London derby. Raheem Sterling will reportedly use the international break as the perfect time to get and running following his deadline day loan to Arsenal. The Chelsea winger joined Mikel Arteta's Gunners in the closing hours of the summer window after being made surplus to requirements by Enzo Maresca, and after failing to feature since the Blues pre-season tour, Sterling, 29, is eager to get straight into the action, consequently, not expected to make Lee Carsley's England squad for the Three Lions' upcoming Nations League fixtures against Ireland and Finland. Sterling, according to the Standard, will stay in London and prepare to be fit enough to potentially feature against better rivals Spurs on 15 September. The 29-year-old has experience working within Arteta's tactical setup and system following the pair's time at Manchester City, where the Spanish manager worked as Pep Guardiola's assistant. For Sterling, this month's blockbuster North London derby, which always produces goals and action, could be the perfect way to kickstart his Arsenal career as the winger embarks on yet another Premier League challenge. Ex-Tottenham star defends Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice after controversial red card. Declan Rice has received defense from an unlikely source following his red card in Arsenal's 1-1 draw with Brighton on Saturday. The Gunners looked to be cruising at the Emirates, going in 1-0 up at half-time thanks to a Kai Havertz strike, while Brighton had managed just 0.08 goal expectations and 0 shots on target in the first half. However, the game turned just 4 minutes into the second half when Rice was shown a second yellow card for delaying the restart by kicking the ball away to stop Joel Veltman taking a free kick. Also a booking by the strict letter of the law. It's important to point out the ball was still moving at the point Veltman tried to kick it. Many Arsenal fans also pointed out that Joao Pedro, scorer of Brighton's equaliser, avoided a booking for an even more obvious offence of the same nature in the first half. The incident has sparked fierce debate on social media and among pundits, but Rice has received defense from a rather unexpected source, with Jamie O'Hara, who featured 56 times for Arsenal's arch-rivals Tottenham during his playing career, labeling the red card harsh and accusing referee Chris Kavanagh of lacking common sense. He said, "For me personally, I think it's harsh. Joao Pedro kicks one way and doesn't get booked for it. Declan Rice then gets a yellow for that. If he goes and kicks it into the advertising boardings or picks it up and runs away and then throws it away, then fine. But he taps it a yard. Come on, where is the common sense?" In the midst of a back and forth with TalkSport co-host Jason Cundy, who believes the referee made the correct decision and accused Rice of petulance, O'Hara added, "What is the common sense rule of a referee? Where you go, I can't send him off for that. Even if it's a first yellow, you go, Declan, I'm going to give you a booking because you are stupid, but to send him off, I think that's really harsh, and I love to see Arsenal's pain, but I think that is undeserving of a red card," O'Hara said. Arsenal expert reveals how the club responded to missing out on a striker transfer. Arsenal journalist Charles Watts has explained precisely how the Gunners responded to missing out on the signing of RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko earlier this summer. According to Watts, as he spoke exclusively to CaughtOffside for his latest daily briefing column, Arsenal didn't exactly set out to make a new signing up front a top priority ahead of this season, and it doesn't seem like there was much of a search for a plan B once the Sesko deal couldn't be done. Sesko looks an exciting talent, and one imagines there will be clubs in for him again in the near future, though the Gunners will surely just face even more competition for his signature again in the future if he continues to develop at his current rate. Arsenal look to be taking a bit of a risk going into the new season without a new striker, though they do still have Kai Havertz in excellent form, while Gabriel Jesus remains an option, even if he's been quite injury prone during his time at the Emirates Stadium. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.